Yo, what is up, guys? MattWic here. We are back. NHL 25 with a realistic rebuild of the Calgary Flames here in 2028, ready to start the next season. But this one's going to be a little bit of a quicker episode because I need my assistant GMs out there to help give me some advice, maybe, some different viewpoints. Because we are at a very interesting point in this rebuild right now. We still aren't at the point where we're spending a ton of money. We are one of the lowest cap teams in the NHL right now. You see, we had tons of money to spend, but there wasn't really anybody in free agency that I really had my eye on to get to fill any holes that we had in the roster. If you remember how we finished last season, very promising, 15-5 down the stretch, almost got in for a playoff spot there at the very end because our division was a little bit weaker. But boys, we have a bit of a dilemma right now. So I'll show you the lines that we're rocking with this year. Our big free agent acquisition, I'll get that out of the way first. Ross Colton, we're adding him in there as a very nice third line penalty killing center. 87 overall, obviously, so he is a beast. Very good stats. Wish that face-off would be a little bit higher, but it is what it is. He only wanted 2 years, so I overpaid a bit for him just because we did have all the cap space, and I figured he would fit a very nice role because Hanzik and Barlow did not develop after last season. We do have Reshny playing that second line role because he is that playmaker. He has good stats as well. The only thing is really his physical abilities that aren't really there yet, but that's fine. Owen Tippett's an older man. He can take care of him and help maybe help bully that line a little bit. So for now, though, this is the important part. This left wing side, we have Fred Connor right now, Basha, and Boganecki, who is our first-round draft pick from last year. I have them up for the moment just because I want to, in the preseason, get them that preseason bump from the coaching, from the abilities, rather than have them down in the AHL, but I will show you here. So Fred Connor, medium elite, 79 overall, 21 years of age. We have Andrew Basha, 22 years of age, who played a little bit last year. Didn't do too bad either. 21 games. He had 4 points. He was a +3. I'll take that. He was playing minimal minutes, and he is a top 6 forward projected. And then same thing with Henry Boganecki here. 78 overall. Already has an X-Factor ability, but only 18 years of age. The real question comes from our scratched lines right now. So right now, and like I said, I just have them in there for the moment just because I want those young guys to get that boost. Whereas these 3 guys might not be big parts of our future, so I don't care as much if they don't get it. Lawson Crouse, though, I definitely think he's going to be playing on the 4th line at least, just because I don't want to have a young rookie playing on that 4th line, even though we do now have a coach that will roll all 4 lines. Coronado, I think we're going to start the season with him at that second line left wing role. We re-signed him in the offseason because we had so much money to spend. 1 year, $7 million. A bit of an overpay for what the production that he's done for us up to this point. He's been a bit of a letdown, even though his overall is 85 now, which isn't too bad. But those were some bad teams, and we were just kind of bouncing them all over the lineup. And then Jonathan Huberdeau kind of turned it on a little bit last season. Performed a little bit better than he had in the past. Obviously, I mean, he's been in and out of the lineup a ton in the last 2 years. And then you can see there, 82 games played, 52 points, 56 points, 52 points. So he hasn't really lit it up either, playing on some good lines with guys that did light it up, like a Nazem Kadri, who's no longer here. But my question to you guys is, do we try to maybe start the season with those 3 in the lineup, and then as we see who doesn't perform and who does perform, we slot them out? Because we do have some young guys who are currently in the lineup. Reshny, we have Joe Aginla, who's in the lineup playing on that 3rd line there, but we could bounce him around if his overall goes up. We got Hanzik and we got Sikora down there as well. Defense seems pretty set. I mean, everybody's young, everybody's still developing. I mean, just look at the age of that defense there, besides Bolduc, but we have him for different reasons. Nice defensive defenseman, solid guy back there. Harley's 27 years of age now. Uyghur's 34, but he's somebody who we might look to move on from sooner rather than later. He is on a really cheap deal, though, so I don't really feel any pressure to move on from him just yet. He has a nice litany of superstar abilities there, but I'll show you guys as well the AHL situation that we're rocking with. So we have a lot of guys who are hitting that cap of 78, which seems like once they get to that point in the AHL, they really struggle to grow. Philip Zidlicki, a 4th-round pick for us, low elite, 78 overall, so he's developing nicely. Obviously, we have Barlow, who has been a little bit of a disappointment. He hasn't grown as fast as I would have liked him to, but he is still only 23 years of age, medium top 6 potential. Poirier here, nah, I'm not really too concerned about him. We have a ton of snipers right now. We could probably look to trade him off to somebody if he has any value. Mason Christie is a guy who will probably get more minutes. Actually, we'll probably bump him up over there because he is medium elite, 3rd round grinder. So he'd be a nice guy to fill in maybe that Lawson Krause role on that 4th line, maybe next year or maybe in the middle of this year if we decide to move on from Lawson Krause because he doesn't have any protection on his contract. Adrian Corso, another guy, 76 overall, medium elite. He's definitely going to play in the AHL, but he looks like he's going to be ready sooner rather than later. And then, I mean, just look at the rest of this team. I mean, this guy, I love this guy. Brooks Rogalski, 6'6", 248, 20 years of age, 74 overall. Would be a perfect bottom 6 center. He's already got insane puck skills for only being 74 overall. You'd like the physicals to come up a little bit. The defense, we definitely need to work on that. But I mean, offensive awareness, shooting isn't the best, but that's fine if we're going to use him as maybe a defensive playmaking specialist, a guy that can play down there on those bottom 6 pairings. And then even on defense, we have our boy Charlie Marks here, 6'3", 199, medium elite, 77 overall, offensive defenseman, insane puck skills, already a pretty good shot for a defenseman, honestly. Offensive awareness is okay. Defensive awareness, we'd like to see a little bit better. Skating, he's a little slow, but he's not bad. He's serviceable and physical. A little disappointing there. So like I said, that would probably be the Uyghur replacement there. But we definitely have some question marks, boys. Like I said, the NHL lines is going to be the big question. So I need all my assistant GMs. Give me your advice. Like I said, we're not going to do any simulation in this episode just because I want to get your opinion. I'm going to do the draft for our testing the draft series after this. So I'll get that uploaded for you for a little bit of a longer video, and then this will get done tomorrow or the next day depending on how fast the comments come in and if anybody's able to sway me. But like I said, what I'm thinking we're going to do right now, play the guys with the higher overall once the season comes, let them see what happens for the first couple weeks, and then maybe start rotating some of these guys in, switch them all in, see how they do for like 5 games, switch them all out, see how they do for 5 games, and just see kind of where everybody starts to fit. Because this year I really want to push for the playoffs, and then we'll kind of start to weed out who we don't want here, who we want to trade. But then the other big thing is, someone mentioned in one of the other comments, one of the premier assistant GMs who's been commenting throughout the rest of the whole series, is that trading some of your prospects to upgrade in roster spots here. But like, where would we upgrade in this roster at the moment? We already have a big roadblock of players that we want to get in, like Connor, Basha, and Boganecki. Like, who would we trade away? Maybe trade away someone to replace Zari, but then who gets bumped out of the lineup? We got to have a Ginla in there. Sakura, I'm not very tied to. We traded for him, but he shows decent potential. He's got pretty good stats, 99 discipline, good offensive, defensive awareness. I like this guy a lot, and I really want to give him a good run in this lineup, but we have so many prospects now that we're getting quite a logjam, and I really don't want it to stunt our growth, because these are the years where we could really contend for a cup because we have so much cap space. I did do some extensions. I believe I got Tyler Hood extended out. Yeah, I have him extended out for the foreseeable future there. Did we get a Ginla? Did we extend him out? No, not yet, but he still has 2 years, so nothing to worry about there. I think Hanzik, did I extend? No, not yet. Sakura, 2 years on him. Goaltending, we are set as well, in case you guys forgot. Ivan Kovic and Daigle. Daigle, I did get locked up for the long term. I can't remember how much I gave him. I think like $7 or $8 million. But just because we had so much cap space and there's no protections on that contract, we could easily move that if we want. We still have 2 years left of Ivan Kovic here. And then we also have Israel Cahill down here in the AHL, who's 79 overall. So if something does happen and he blows up and becomes like a medium elite, he can then slot up and we can free cap space up from that Daigle contract, or Daig contract, apologies, if it doesn't work out. But we are in a good spot right now, but the problem is the decisions that we make at this point are going to be huge for the future of this franchise. So guys, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. What direction should we kind of take this? Do you like my idea of starting the 3 guys who we have scratched right now after the preseason bump comes and we start the season, just to see kind of what they can do, then maybe move on from them from some pieces? What parts of the lineup would you upgrade if you are going to upgrade parts of the lineup for this one? Because like I said, we got all these guys in the NHL right now. Defense is good. Goaltending is set. And then we have all these guys in the AHL right now who are medium elites, low elites that we want to get playing time. but we're going to have to find spots in the lineup for him. So like I said, very tricky situation. This is one of the bad things that happens when you are good at drafting, is that you do put yourself in these situations, and you want to get these young guys to develop past that 79, 80 overall barrier. But like I said, guys, let me know in the comments below. Sorry for the short episode. Sorry for the little bit of delay in uploading videos for the last couple of days. You know, just living life, busy time of year, almost Thanksgiving. Hope everybody out there has some plans to have a very happy Thanksgiving moving into Christmas. Busy time of the year, but let's get some videos pumping out, MattWic. What do you say? But I appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, leave your comments below, like the video to get it bumped up. Maybe we get some more premier GMs, assistant GMs in here to give me some advice moving forward. As you know, I need it. If you've seen any of the other franchise modes, we're struggling to win cups here. We're getting close, but we need that extra bump here. But let me know, guys. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. We passed out, and we blew past it a little bit. 3,009, I think we're sitting at now, subscribers. So thank you very much for that, guys. That's the end of this one. Peace.